Could Montrese have somehow jumped ship, made his way to the French shoreline, and still be alive today? That would assume that a kid who grew up on the streets of Atlanta, who didn't speak a lick of French or have much money at all, could somehow disappear into the French Riviera, with the Navy actively searching for him. Jason Bourne maybe, but this is no Hollywood movie. Get ready for a bigger message. Tuesday, authorities plan to stage their National Night Out Crime Prevention Festival right here in the middle of English Avenue's most notorious heroin market. Food and fun, games and education, just like any other neighborhood. Except in this case, it's seizing enemy territory and holding it. Of course, discontinued means you can't buy them anymore. So what's a homeowner to do if he only needs a couple of Atlas Chalet shingles? Well, roofers say insurance companies like Allstate have told them, just use these replacement shingles here. Only problem, the replacement shingles are too big. Because of that fraud and a growing number of applications, it can take years to get before a disability judge to plead your case. First, your file has to be read by an examiner. If that's denied, you can appeal to another examiner. And if you're denied twice, then you're finally allowed to go before a judge and get a ruling, after waiting in the on-deck circle in Georgia an average of 530 days. Beginning in the late 1990s, the most popular shingle on Georgia roofs was the Atlas Chalet. It had the look of a more expensive architectural shingle by adding extra glue and granules in these squares here. But homeowners in several states are now suing the company, claiming the Atlas Chalet shingles crack, blister, and fail. The company denies they're defective, but in 2010, stopped making Atlas Chalet. The game of football does not work without rules. So here are the key rules when it comes to Cobb County residency. The student must be an occupant of a dwelling within the school system boundaries, and it's got to be a place where the student lives with a parent, guardian, or other person. Follow the rules, and every school would only play the kids whose families legitimately live in the district, shop there, pay taxes there. Every team on an even playing field. Cobb County's athletic director is aware of these new allegations. So what's the county doing about them? Nothing. A school spokesperson turned down an offer to review our findings and comment on what we uncovered. Over the years, the CDC has had to explain some embarrassing biosafety mistakes, like back in 2014, when CDC workers in Building 18 were potentially exposed to live anthrax. They all quickly got preventive medication. But what about the workers who keep Building 18 running? Here in Georgia, plenty of criminals know how to play the restitution game. To stay out of prison, they agree to pay back the money they stole. If they don't make the payments, a judge can still send them to prison, but only if they're still on probation, only if the clock is still ticking. Andrea Lewis Harris. Shortly after that encounter, Jane Grant's children took full control of her finances and reclaimed her car that Jerry Hoffman was driving. Inside her car, that abused umbrella, which they wanted us to have. But it still took 4 more years to build a case against Hoffman and extradite him back to Georgia. Yeah, we've spent years telling you how these illegal phones have helped inmates pull off crimes against the public, but this is the first time they've been linked to an actual murder plot, one in which the victim somehow miraculously managed to survive. So if someone decided that gay should be on a list of banned words, you'd think the federal government would be consistent, right? Right?
You can go right downtown here. Fist.
Doug called the Troup County Sheriff's Department and filed a report. They said this is happening in other parts of the county too. You might also get a call from these crooks, no matter where you live, because of 2 popular words these days. Okay, a word and a number.
Windows 10 is rolling out.
Police could not determine who started the fight. That night, Gwinnett County Police decided to charge all 4 men with the same crime, misdemeanor disorderly conduct. All 4 of them got a ticket, authorities hoping that would end the bitterness. It did not. With 2 questionable invoices totaling $15,000, the question remains, should DeKalb County be looking deeper at Carl Williams' other spending decisions? Take the last reporting year, 2013. The DeKalb FOP raised $240,000 all in the name of helping kids. But according to their own tax records, only $23,000 actually went to children's programs. That means that of every $100 raised, only $10 actually got to the kids. Like a typical high school drama, this one involved a boy and a girl. Sean saying that a girl he liked, he thought, had been sexually abused by a boy he knew. So in January 2012, Sean woke up here determined to teach that boy a lesson. He snuck into his brother's bedroom, grabbed his brother's 9mm handgun from a dresser drawer, and then headed on to Tift County High School with 10 rounds of ammunition. Prepared, he said, to use them all. Or look at it this way. For every $10 you donate to the Gwinnett Fraternal Order of Police, only $1.50 actually winds up with the kids. Compare that to more than $5 that winds up with the fundraisers. The Better Business Bureau suggests that charities spend no more than 35% of the donations on fundraising. It all just seems so curious. So I emailed Cherokee County Manager Jerry Cooper to ask why. The very next day, Carlos got a call from the county. Instead, months later, what was supposed to be the world's largest country music festival wound up attracting, by police estimates, only a few thousand people at these old fairgrounds in Carrollton. What the promoters left behind were thousands of dollars in unpaid bills, angry vendors, and now a criminal investigation. The promoters put the blame squarely on a word that is synonymous with country music festivals: beer.